Douala versus Lagos. Douala is Cameroon's largest city and its economic capital. It is also the capital of the littoral region of Cameroon. Douala, which houses the international airport and Central Africa's largest port, serves as the commercial and economic capital of Cameroon. And the entire CEMAC region, which includes Gabon, Congo, Chad, Equatorial Guinea, Central African Republic, and Cameroon. As a result, it handles the majority of the country's major exports, including oil, cocoa and coffee, timber, metals, and fruits. On the opposite side, Lagos is Nigeria's most populous state. The city was founded in the 15th century on Lagos Island, but it has since spread to the mainland west of the lagoon. The large city now extends more than 40 kilometers northwest of Lagos Island, including Ikeja and Agege. The city is Nigeria's commercial and industrial hub, and it has benefited greatly from the country's natural resources, which include oil, natural gas, coal, fuel wood, and water. Douala, being the main economic center of Cameroon, is going up against one of Nigeria's most booming cities, which is Lagos. And in this video, we shall match them in various factors to determine which city adds more value to the respective countries and the continent as a whole. So stay tuned as we take both cities toe-to-toe with each other, beginning with their economy. Douala is a city in Africa with a modest oil resource, but it is in excellent agricultural condition, so it has one of the best economies in Africa. However, it faces some of the same issues as other developing countries, such as heavy civil service and bad weather, such as floods, tornadoes, and storms that disrupt business. Despite the fact that Douala is Cameroon's economic center, a large portion of its residents live in poverty. According to recent data, approximately 30% of the population is impoverished. While the previously stated percentage is doubled in rural areas, poverty is becoming a growing issue in Douala as the city's population grows. Unlike Cameroon's rural populations, who can grow their own food to reduce their expenses, Douala's residents are disadvantageous because they live in a port city with few opportunities for monetary gain. Lagos is Nigeria's most prosperous city, and it is home to much of the country's wealth and economic activity. When compared to other cities in Nigeria, Lagos has one of the highest standards of living. The business district of Lagos Island, which houses the majority of the country's largest banks and financial institutions, remains the commercial, financial and business center of Lagos and Nigeria. More than half of Nigeria's industrial capacity is concentrated on the mainland suburbs of Lagos, particularly in the Ikeja industrial estate. The Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway are the main routes in the city's north, serving as interstate highways to Oyo and Ogun states respectively. The congested Badagry Expressway to the west serves outlying suburbs such as Festac Town, while also serving as an international highway. The Port of Lagos is Nigeria's largest and one of Africa's largest. It is divided into three sections: Lagos Port, which is located in the main channel next to Lagos Island and is no longer frequently used; Apapa Port, which is located in Badagry Creek, which flows into Lagos Harbour from the west; and Tinkan Port, which is located in Badagry Creek. Moving on to their infrastructure. Despite its enormous potential, Douala faces some fundamental challenges that constrain its economic growth and prevent it from playing a more influential role in the region. Poverty, unemployment, crime and a lack of basic infrastructure and services such as water, sanitation, roads and electricity are among them. The city does not have the financial resources to deal with these numerous challenges. These factors, when combined with rapid and unplanned urbanization, contribute to spread the slums. On the other hand, millions of less fortunate people, Lagosians, particularly those on the mainland, live in a city that is constantly facing the threat of collapse. Public transportation, electricity, and garbage collection are all severely constrained. Many people live in informal settlements or outright slums, where there is no piped water or proper sanitation. The failing road infrastructure, which affects both the rich and the poor, has received the most attention. Heavy rains are common outside of the normal rainy season, a phenomenon that many attribute to climate change. Flooding has turned potholed roads into mud, adding to traffic congestion. However, infrastructure development in Lagos has not kept pace with population growth over the years. The road network density is estimated to be 0.4 kilometers per thousand inhabitants, which is significantly lower than the continental average. Outdated transport equipment and a poor management system have hindered the development of this sector. Now let's take a look at the geography. Douala has the largest port in the country and one of the most important in Central Africa, located on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean at the bottom of the Gulf of Guinea, at the mouth of the Wuri River. The city extends along both banks of the river. Since October 2017, a second bridge has connected the two banks of the river. Douala's climate is equatorial. That is, it has a nearly constant temperature of around 26 degrees Celsius and a lot of rain, especially during the rainy season, which lasts from June to October. The air is almost always saturated with moisture, that is 99% relative humidity during the rainy season, but 80% during the dry season, which lasts from October to May. Lagos, a Portuguese word for lakes, was a Yoruba settlement of the Awori people that was originally known as Oko. During the Kingdom of Benin's occupation, the name was changed to Eko. When the Yoruba speak of Lagos, they still use the name Eko, which does not exist in the Yoruba language. The name Lagos was most likely given by Portuguese settlers who navigated from a coastal town of the same name in Portugal. Lagos is located in southwestern Nigeria, on the Atlantic coast of the Gulf of Guinea, west of the Niger River Delta. Rivers flowing to the sea along this stretch of West Africa's high rainfall coast form swampy lagoons, such as Lagos Lagoon, behind long coastal sand pits or sandbars. Lagos Island and Victoria Island are the two major urban islands in Lagos Lagoon. Bridges connect the islands to Lagos Island. Some of the smaller creeks between the islands have been sand-filled and built over. Our next point would be demographics. Douala's population is estimated to be 4 million people in 2015, an increase of 6.4% from 2005 when it was estimated to be 4.70%. It tripled in 20 years, from 1980 to 2022. And it attracts over 100,000 newcomers each year. It is the largest city in Cameroon and one of Africa's top 25. The city gets its name from the Douala's ethnic group that founded it. Nonetheless, Douala is now a mix of various ethnic groups that make up Cameroon, with the city attributing its recent growth to the rural exodus that has pushed hundreds of thousands of Cameroonians to leave their countryside and settle in cities. Douala is home to three indigenous groups, the Douala, the Bassa, and the Bakokos. On the other hand, following the 1970s Nigerian oil boom, Lagos experienced a population explosion, unbridled economic growth, and unrelenting rural migration. This accelerated the development of outlying towns and settlements, resulting in the formation of the larger Lagos metropolis seen today. Lagos is home to both the wealthy and the impoverished, and it has attracted a large number of young entrepreneurs and families looking for a better life. Nigeria, the most populous country in Africa, is made up of over 250 ethnic groups. The Hausa and Fulani are the largest ethnic groups, followed by the Yoruba, Igbo, Ijaw, Kanuri, Ibibio, and Tiv. The official language is English, but Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, and Fulan are also spoken. About half of the population is Muslim, 40% is Christian, and 10% practices indigenous beliefs. Quality of life. Douala, Cameroon's economic capital, largest and most populated city, with a current population of over 3.5 million in an area of more than 200 kilometers square, is heavily impacted by traffic and congestion, particularly during peak hours. Rapid population growth, combined with high transportation demand, indirectly contributes to an increase in the number of modes of transportation, which eventually leads to traffic congestion. As a result, the quality of life suffers. Douala's healthcare facilities are deplorable, and emergency care options are severely limited. Healthcare evacuation is usually required for serious medical treatment. Polio cases have been reported. Malaria and yellow fever transmission are also very likely. There have been outbreaks of cholera. On the other hand, there is glaring inequality in Lagos, with the richest of the rich seemingly worlds away from the majority of the population, living in informal settlements and slums. While experts are likely to stay in gated communities, this puts them in a bubble and separates them from reality. Despite major inequality with a large proportion of the city's population living in poverty, the cost of living in Lagos is on the pricey side. Costs are further pushed up by a need for health insurance, private healthcare, and high international school fees. Unfortunately, power cuts occur quite often in Lagos, regardless of the area experts live in, and this is something they'll have to adjust to. Generators and power inverters are a necessity both for doing business and maintaining one's household. On top of this, despite the city being surrounded by water, access to clean water is low, especially in informal areas. Lagos is home to the popular yellow minibuses called DANs, as well as a bus rapid transit system. For those living or working on one of the islands or wanting an escape to the sheltered Takwa Bay Beach, ferry and boat transport are developing and a great way to dodge traffic. In conclusion, Lagos seems to have a more developed system than Douala, while Douala turns out to be more productive than Lagos. That brings us to the end of our video, but before leaving, what are your thoughts on both countries? Is Douala capable of outperforming Lagos in the nearest future? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any of our future content.